Ah, yes, the Great Northwestern Railway. A small railway on an island that everybody wants to ask, how did it came to be? Well, we're not talking about geographical shit right now, so let's see how it works. Starting off with the Blue Hill Lines. This railway is, of course, a blue railway. Like, what did you expect? Do you expect it to be red, green, purple? Located in the center of the island, it's the most boring thing the railway has ever acquired. Only a small lumber mill. The track goes over bridges, under bridges, into tunnels, over tunnels, into a loop, back again, lumber mills, stations, lumber mills again. It goes on a loop. It's a never-ending cycle. Like, come on, I can't build that big. I need space for other railways too. Well, anyways, this railway consists of 4 engines: Percy, Hinsleal, Diesel, and a D51. Damn, lucky bastard. I won't be covering Diesel and Hinsleal in this part, since they have other jobs on the other railway. Whatever. We'll start off with Percy. This little green caterpillar is responsible for half of the railway's resources. His most frequent job would be freight trains, frequently at the average of 3 trucks. Or in some cases, he would be seen pulling tankers and vans. He's by far the safest engine to run around these rails. Yet. That's all I can say about him. And next, the D51. He has no actual name yet, I'm still planning on. Is a retired locomotive since 2017. The reason why he retired is because he's a fucking pussy and, like Dennis, a fucking lazy bastard. However, he's not all lazy. He can be seen pulling excursion trains on events, on average 2 times a month. And what about his brother, Hero? He's fucking dead. Since we don't know how this railway goes, like, you don't even see the map yet, we'll let Percy show around. On to the next railway. Located in the southern part of the island lays Green High Lines. This colorful railway, most likely being built by drug addicts, holds the record for having the most poorest track record ever. I say worst, it's because every single 5-second an engine derails, literally every single time, thus making it the most useless railway ever. The reason why it's still open is because it's owned by a private owner. And of course, the railway owns 4 engines: Thomas, Percy, yet again but different, Spencer, and Henry. Henry is the railway's first goods engine, mostly pulling freight trains, from woods to oil to tankers to vans. Well, pretty much like Percy, but holds more. He's quite strong. However, because of the track maintenance being severely poor, this train will have to be delayed for at least 4 hours on average. Next is Spencer. Back in 2018, he holds the record for being the fastest engine on the railway. However, that was shortly taken by Percy. And I can totally tell by Spencer's suffering. At least he had common sense. Oh yeah, he's quite racist to other Japanese engines too. And speaking of Percy earlier, let's focus on him. This green caterpillar with red stripes has gone crazy and now he's going backwards, simultaneously. Some railway workers blame the water tower that is contaminated by oil had taken it. It's either Percy's stupidity or just logic, I don't know, canon events. Of course, because of his speed, he often derails, thus making him the railway's first smudger-like engine. But recently, he has been reported to go slower than 75 miles an hour. But that's just a good thing and a bad thing. And now we move on to the blue puffball, this blue soap bar. The reason why I say soap bar is because he runs the rails smoothly. Even when the tracks are severely broken, he managed to cross it safely. Now let's look around the map with Henry. Well, why not Thomas? Because, well, he's fucking busy, he's famous now. And now we can move on to the next railway. Next is the yellow and blue line. And oh boy, where do I start with this? In recent news, the gray stops have troubles transporting the jade marbles from one place to another, thus getting the help from the yellow and blue line. Because of this, the demand for jade marbles has become increasingly high. The reason why jade marbles is such a valuable asset, I don't fucking know. Fuck logic. However, this doesn't mean the railway is safe forever. And that is this green junction right here. Just like the green high lines, this very track is the reason why the railway has a bad reputation. But it's still a beautiful asset to the railway. Well, anyways, this railway is run by 4 engines, again. Percy, Thomas, well, kind of, a C-57 named Olin, and Diesel. It has come to a surprise that Percy managed to be allowed on outside of the Blue Hill lines. But that's just his job. He has become an important asset to the railway. Well, only for transporting jade marbles, but he gets the job done. However, because of the railway's environment, it has become impossible for him to get through obstacles. I also forgot to mention that the railway holds an estate for fixing engines at the center of the railway. Next on the line is Thomas. This blue soap bar, again, I say that because he runs like butter, holds the job like any other engine on the railway, pulls jade marbles to one place to another. According to the railway workers, about a month ago, he had just been released from the works from recovering from copper sulfate he had 7 years ago, and now he's back in full working service. However, next is Olin. Olin had just been on the railway for at least 3 months, and during his first visit, he wasn't so lucky. Fucking salmon. However, it's better for him to work on the Blue Hill lines, but since the demand of the jade marbles had become increasingly high, he had to be relocated there. And trust me, the rails, the bridge, like the entire environment of the railway it had become impossible for him to work. But since he's the strongest, well, kind of strong, I mean, he's a valuable asset to the railway. Now we have Diesel. Diesel is the only one who gets stuck on the hill. His only regular job is to wait like a bystander next to the Grey Stop's line and wait for the engine to deliver some full loaded trucks and take it to the other railway. Because of how heavy the load is, he often gets stuck. But he wouldn't have to worry, because on this railway, there's a hidden passage for the little engines known as the Little Raiders. What are they? Well, check them for yourself. And without saying anything, let's see the whole railway. And now we can move on to the final railway. Finally, the Grey Stop's line, located on the very north of the railway. The railway didn't get its name for its grey-like color, but rather its lack of activities, boring as grey. The railway only has 3 landmarks: the old abandoned farm, the loader, and the connection to the yellow and blue line. The old abandoned farm only now used as a purpose for the Little Raiders and a treadmill for the engines. The tipper or loader, as its name suggests, loads the trucks that are parked below. This railway is run by 3 engines: Thomas, Diesel, and Hainsleal. Since I already covered Diesel and Thomas, I'll be only focusing on Hainsleal. Hainsleal is a C-12 Japanese tank engine. He holds the record for being the strongest engine on the railway. Back in 2023, he holds 5 trucks up a 2-grade hill at once, which is why he holds the record, a record that has yet to be beaten, which serves his purpose for being the primarily goods engine on the Grey Stop's line, which is the reason why he works there now. Although it's a large railway, it's only a small part. It just goes on a loop like an oval, and the railway goes clockwise, and because of this, it can continue on to the yellow and blue line. Well, that's all I have to cover for today. I need to reconstruct this place.